Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And today we're going to be looking into this album's 20-year anniversary, which happens to be today, and it's from one of my favorite bands ever. And yeah, this, like I said, this album turned 20 today. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Haven by Dark Tranquillity. This was the band's fifth album, released on July 7th, 2000 through Century Media Records. Now, this album is of course the follow-up to their previous album, Projector, which came out a year prior here. And this album, Haven, it sort of like has that like different transition, because from the album before that, Projector, and even like the albums before Projector, there was just straight up mellow death and stuff. But I feel like with this album, it also, along with like Projector, their Haven sort of like has like more of like electronic-y stuff, and even started using like more piano parts. In fact, this is the first album that they have hired a full-time piano player or keyboard player. You're Martin Brandstrom, and he does a really great job fitting in, and thus Dark Tranquillity is now a six-piece. And of course, they had a little lineup change. Also, they had Martin Hendrickson, who originally was the bass player, switched to playing guitar. And then they had Michael Nicholson. I forget. I think he's also playing bass for them. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, just comment below. But yeah. And of course, like with Projector, they're the previous album. I know I keep mentioning that already. I feel like with that and also Haven, like it's also where Michael Stan also is really using clean vocals, and he's actually a pretty good singer. He's got some range in there. It's more lower and stuff, and like this album also is. It's just melodic death metal, but also has a little bit more of a gothic kind of like undertone to it. And some people would say they're gothic metal, which I don't really see it. I just always consider Dark Tranquillity just melodic death metal. So yeah, let's just dive right into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is The Wonders at Your Feet, which kicks off with some really great keyboards before just an insane riffage and just drums that just go through, along with some, of course, great keyboard effects. And then Michael's like growls in this song is just at full force as well. And I just love like the great guitar solo in here as well, and just the chorus in here is just amazing, and it's a really great opening track as well. Not Built to Last, which has some really fast riffing and just some insane double bass drums and just some really great death growls and some really nice keyboards that just kind of make it feel very atmospheric. And just fits perfectly in the song. Next song on the album is called Indifferent Songs, which is yet another brilliant, epic, and melodic tune. It has a really great bass line right here, along with sort of Martin Brandstrom's really great keyboards and throughout the song, and just some really great melodic guitar work and some great drumming. And just the chorus in there is just really just powerful, and it just will get you stuck in your head. Feast of Burden, which is another huge song that has some really just fast riffing that is harmonized, and some thundering bass and drums and deep growls from Michael, and it just includes like a brief like ambient rhythm around like the 52-second mark before the heavy guitars come back in with just some full force in there. And I just love there's like a piano melody like a little less than 2 minutes in there. Another good song. Moving on to the title track, Haven, which just keeps it going, and just some really great lead guitar riffing and just some thundering drumming and just some epic keyboard sound. And it's before then it slows things down, and then there's sort of like slow, soft, melodic driven verses, which includes sort of like weird kind of like whispering growls from Michael, and then he just finally erupts with like this deep and ferocious roar in there, especially like during the chorus, which has some awesome opening harmony riffs from the songs you're getting as well. Great song. Next song is called The Same, which is pretty much a slower paced song compared to the rest of the album. It's also very melodic, and it has heavily melodic riffing in here, and just some symphonic inspired keyboards and some steady thunderous beats and just some crashing cymbals in here. And this song has some beautiful guitar melodies just thrown in there as well. Great song. Next song on here is called Fabric, which is similar to The Same. It's just slow paced and just yet another epic melodic number, which features some great riffage and some weird like Middle Eastern parts in here, along with some incredible kind of like keyboard work in here, plus some just pounding drums and just some really great growls in here. ego drama, which starts off with sort of like really with a little clean guitar and some piano before just going into some really chugging riffage and just pounding drums, along with sort of like Michael's growls. And this song is highlighted by just a really great melodic passage around like 2 minutes and 16 seconds. It just has some nice keys, humming bass, and just a really whispery kind of like growls. And I love sort of like the addition of like a melodic guitar leads before sort of like the heaviness resumes, so like a little over into 3 minutes in the song. Another excellent song. Rundown, which is a brilliant and melodic track which borderlines on sort of heavy and really great leads melodically, along with some great piano keys and just stomping, pulsating double bass drum work, and just some heavy growls and roars. And it just has like I don't know, it's just a good song. And then things get really interesting with the next song being Emptier Still. And this is actually the only song on the album where Michael uses his clean vocals, was sort of like mixed in with his ferocious growls. And this song is just really has some really great catchy keyboard words and just some electronic and just some thundering guitar riffs in here. And then the album closes with At Lost for Words, which is an awesome way to end this album. And it's also the longest song on the album. We'll pretty much clocking in at like 6 minutes and 42 seconds. And it starts off with some dreary melodic intro, which includes some clean melodic guitar notes, following by some bass line. Hey, it does some electronics, and then the drums kick in, and the song sort of adopts some fast, speedy riffs, along with some more kind of like faster, kind of like mid-tempo drumming, and then Michael's harsh, emotional growls. And this song is just highlighted by some beautiful and haunting piano keys and just some awesome melodic riffing and the drumming as well. And plus the song concludes on a rather sad note with some beautiful, sad yet echoing kind of like piano keys and some dreary guitar notes, which pretty much close things out. Now overall, Haven by Dark Tranquillity is another great album to their discography. So if I had to give this album a score, I'm probably going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. So yep, that's my review of Haven, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the album, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.